Hello and welcome to Moffside. It's 8:30 on a Thursday evening, as you know, because this is what you're watching it on OAR.FM, oar.org.nz. And we've got a cracking show for you today. Leds is here. Hi Leds, how are you?
Good, Stu, how are you?
Good, thank you. Bit grumpy. Holes, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Didn't take long.
No, I thought I'd get it out there. And we've got our special guest today, Cam MacKenzie. Cam, how are you?
Yeah, good to be here.
Great to have you on the show. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. So, as is part of our show format, we're going to talk a little bit about the result from the weekend. I was just reminded as we came in of a fantastic result that the youth team had on their final game of the season, and that was a last-minute thrilling winner. Leds, do you want to go and let us know a bit more about that?
Yeah, it was. So we arrived at Western Springs, and I think there was about. Before the second half, it just kicked off at the youth, so they were on just before us. But yeah, because of team talks and stuff like that, we just managed to get the kind of last 15. But it was madness, an absolute crazy game. I think 2 late penalties. So Waitakere got a penalty maybe the 85th minute to go 4-all. And then, one of the last kicks of the game. Cam Anderson got his hat-trick, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Cam Anderson scored his hat-trick to put Southern 5-4 on the lead, which is considering how well Waitakere are doing, and I think there's actually 3 teams tied on 18 points in the youth league, which is great, nice and exciting. But brilliant for the boys to finish on a win. So it'll be interesting to see who goes and wins the youth league. I think there's one game left. Be interesting to see. But as I said, fantastic win, especially in the circumstances to win 5-4. Every coach in the world would probably rather a 1-0, but to go and win the game, it's good for the boys to finish on that note. Yeah,
and there's possibly going to be a couple more grey hairs on Cam Mac.
I'd imagine so. Yeah, it was quite.
Fail's head.
Yeah, he was quite emotional on the sidelines.
Yeah,
it was.
I would be. Yeah,
it was. There was a lot going on towards the end of the game. I think the ref played about 8 minutes at a time as well. Another 3 or 4 minutes. Another 3 or 4 minutes after the penalty. It was just madness. But the boys held on. Shout out to Andrew Crom as well, who played 60 minutes in the youth game and then the last 10 minutes for us. I don't know how often that's been done by a player in New Zealand. So. And
also Cromie as well plays for Hobbo in the Winter League, so he knows most of those white.
He spent a bit of time with Birkenhead. Was it? But he's back in town now. It's great to have him. He's doing really well for us. So
he was really highly rated by Paul Hobson over the last season. He actually really rated him. So that's it's good to see Cromie doing
big
doing
time.
Well.
I'm a big fan of him. He's big, strong, powerful boy, and for a young lad as well, he's not afraid to put himself about and to get stuck in, which is always a great attribute to have, especially when you're younger and you're playing with senior players. So bright future for him, 100%.
Excellent. And the women's team sealed that 4th place finish with a fine 2-1 win away at Capital in Wellington.
They did, it sounded quite a tense game actually. It was 1-1 down to I think the 88th minute, and then our good friend Renee Bacon
scored again.
Scored her 4th goal. So I think she scored 4 goals for Southern every season.
That's what she predicted, that she was in here and said she was going to score 4 goals.
Never lets us down.
No, predictable.
So apparently it was a bit of a rocket from outside the box as well. And then she went down the other end and completely grazed half of her shin to basically block the ball off the line and guarantee the win. So guaranteed 4th place. Auckland almost drew to Central.
Right.
Which meant that if they had a -2 or 3 goal difference against Canterbury this weekend, that we'd have actually gone above them on goal difference. So they got a late winner to guarantee that they'll finish 3rd.
Very close indeed. And of course, the men's result on the weekend, fantastic win up at Waitak 5-2. Cam, of course, you were in that game as well. I watched the goals on the highlights clips. Some amazing goals from Joel Stevens. They just get better and better every week.
I said to him at the end of the game, if he had chipped the penalty down the middle, it would have been the best hat-trick I've ever seen. Now saying that, it was still probably the best hat-trick I've ever seen. Absolutely scandalous. The first one, the halfway line goal, I was actually screaming at him not to do it, because if you watch it closely, he has a bit of a dribble, and the ball is stuck under his feet. So I don't think it's on. I'm like, no. And then as soon as I see the ball travelling, I was like, yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, it's going in, yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of them, like if you hit 20 of them, 19 of them go out for a throw or hit the centre back or something. But what a strikeout.
Because I was following the Waitakere Twitter feed, and so you're getting it through their lens, and it was like, oh, that's the shot that's definitely going, whoa, it's not going over, it's gone in, that was a bit hopeful. Oh no, it's gone in. It
was scandalous, honestly. And then I nearly think the second one is better. I don't know which I prefer more, but the second one, dribbling away from goal and to dink the keeper the opposite side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those ones to think, this is probably not much coming on here. Maybe he's going to get down to the line and maybe he should cut back, but how'd it go?
Yeah. But then, it was scandalous. And then, to be fair, shout out to Gareth for giving him the penalty as well.
Yeah. I was
very, very. I think everyone was surprised. Yeah. To be honest, not really like Gareth to do something like that, but he had his goal. To be fair, Gareth scored a screamer as well. Yeah. And and obviously, young Ian Daly here. Yeah.
Ian Daly again.
Getting on the score sheet as well.
That was a good goal. That was well.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, Cam will talk a little bit more about it, but we worked a lot on training during the week on that specific type of run. I was laughing with you last night about it.
Oh yeah. Tell us, Cam.
Oh, just in training, Paul just telling us to get into the box more. Yeah. Sort of just straight beeline for the goalkeeper, and
because we
got reminded a couple of times at training. And
that's a very nice way of saying it, Cap.
Yeah. Get in there and give the goalkeeper a bit of.
Yeah, and that's how nicely Paul said it. That's all I'll say.
Would you mind please getting into the 6-yard box and just giving the goalkeeper a bit of hodgy-bargy?
Yeah, that was a great goal. Yeah. Five unbelievable goals.
Yeah. And, maybe one sloppy goal conceded from that free kick.
Yeah. To be fair, I was probably Waitakere's best player the weekend. I had a goal and an assist. Two really sloppy goals, which we spoke about at the end of the game. Disappointing from a team level and definitely a personal level for me. But again, getting 3 points is the most important thing. So
getting 3 points is really important. Yeah.
At the moment, the attacking third of the boys at the moment is absolutely on fire. So we keep that going.
No, it's fantastic to see, because maybe that might be something that we've had maybe lacking a little bit in the last couple of seasons. Maybe just that little bit of.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing you can look at is the percentage of goals that have come from Gareth the last 2 seasons. I think it's probably over 70 or 80% have all been from Gareth. So I'm sure he's happy to get a little bit of help this year with the boys chipping in. Yeah. Especially Joel, who's on maybe 6 or 7. I think already in the first 5 games, which is fantastic. So firing on all fronts at the moment, which is the hardest part of the game. So it's great to see it's paying off, and if Joel keeps scoring goals like that,
if he keeps scoring goals like that, he'll be walking back into the All Whites, won't he? Really, I guess.
I'd be surprised. Yeah, but he's been fantastic. He's had a really good start to the season. Yeah. Type of player he is, he'll do stuff that won't come off. But he's got that much ability that he keeps going and keeps going. And when it does come off, it's as you're saying, the
spectacular.
Weekend, it is spectacular.
And Cam MacKenzie, you've a lot of Southern United fans obviously are aware of who you are now, and of course you're a young lad. How old are you?
19.
19. Okay, so just coming over that youth grade sort of horizon, and tell us a little bit how you ended up playing in the Blue Strip.
So I'm originally from Wellington.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
And just playing football this year, sort of, I think through Sam Pickering.
Yep.
Initially was because I played with him in my club team, so I think that was the initial.
Shout out to your club team. Who's that? Valley?
Stop Out.
Stop Out. Oh, Stop Out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Adam Reynard will be watching. He's a friend of mine from Stop Out. He's also a fan of the show.
Yeah, it's good. So I think that was the initial sort of he sent me a message a while ago saying sort of Paul's going to get in contact sort of thing. And then just in the off season came down for a trial game against Canterbury. And then sort of from there Paul said I can come down
and get involved.
Yeah. So obviously I was more than happy to.
Yeah. So you've been playing up in that front three that we've been talking about just a second ago. Are you normally an attacking player, or do you normally play in midfield?
Yeah. So I was played out wide this year.
Yeah.
Out wide or in the number 10, which is sort of how we rotate.
Yeah.
Me, Abs, and Joel.
Yeah.
So like all those 3 positions are quite comfortable.
Yeah, that's really handy actually, because that is exactly how Paul's playing that front 3.
Yeah, they can end up wherever they want really. But
it's lovely watching that. It's a real kind of Barcelona sort of total football kind of movement thing. It's great. It's actually great to watch it, because sometimes as a Southern United fan, maybe watching the game hasn't been as great as results, but this is actually good football to watch that we're playing now, which is again fantastic for moving the game forward in the area. So you haven't played for Southern United youth, you just come straight into the senior team.
Yeah.
So straight into the seniors, and you've scored twice now for us.
1.5.
1.5. Ian Dealey. Ian Dealey's on fire though, isn't he?
He is. What a player.
Yeah, big shout out to Ian Dealey again. This week, of course, coming up, we've got Hawke's Bay United. So, and also a big shout out to Gavin Hoy, who it's going to be the midfield tussle that Moffside's been looking forward to all year. Leds and Gavin, looking really forward to seeing who comes out of that one, and hopefully one of the 2 of Moffside's favourite midfielders will end up in the team of the week. Hopefully Leds.
Thanks, Stu. Just clarifying that.
Yeah, just clarifying that. Yeah, it's a little bit of sarcasm involved with it, but no, Gav's a great player though, and also again, I think he's watching the show. He's a friend of Moffside on the Facebook page, so he's probably watching it a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he's not. He gets a shout out more than I do. So.
Yeah, he does, yeah. So that'll be an interesting game, but it's a late start, isn't it, though, on this weekend?
7 o'clock, yeah.
7 o'clock at Logan.
At Logan Park, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest, because back when I played in Ireland, it was always evening games.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always a lot cooler at 7 o'clock, which makes it easier to run around.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately for me, I'm going to be working. I work night shifts now, but I'll be watching it on my phone.
I suppose we'll have to accept that.
It's the economic realities of this world now. Like, to be a media star, you have to work 2 part-time jobs just to pay for the studio time. Welcome to the 2020s, as we will be coming up soon. Okay, so Leds, also coming up next week. Or was it the week after? We're going to be talking about the National Age Group Tournament, which is a big... Did you play the National Age Group last year?
Yeah. Oh, well, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Oh, 3 years ago maybe now.
Essential.
2016.
Yeah. So you've had experience of it. I've had experience of it. Led's had experience of it. It's a great tournament. Holly hasn't had any experience of it, but we'll explain everything about it now. It's a great a tournament in the NZF setup. Yeah. It's a national tournament for all the age groups from all the federations, usually in Wellington, and the under 14s through to under 16s get together and have a knockout tournament, and trophies are awarded, and talent ID is had, and all those kind of things.
It's probably the way. I can speak for the boys as well, that we look forward to most throughout the year, because it's just total football. Play 6 games across 4 or 5 days, so it's pretty full on. But basically it's the best of the best. So federation representative teams from each fed come and play against each other in a great setup. It's well run by Capital Football. But nowadays, and especially the talent ID is a big part of it. Last year it had been kind of non-existent. Staff were kind of never really seen, and we didn't really know if that much was going on. But last year, I remember the first game that we played in Maidstone. I think you were there actually. I think the warm up had just finished, and
Andy was there.
It was Andy, and then Des came over, and I'd never met Des Buckingham, the 20s coach of 23s, and he just came over and introduced himself, and basically then he said, I'm Des Buckingham. I had obviously heard a lot about him, but to have someone like that at the games watching and basically said if you need anything or just shout out, which is fantastic. Like, for, as I said, someone of like the position that he's in, to come and watch the game and to introduce himself and to take time out of his day to go and do it, that's fantastic. And it's a fantastic opportunity for the boys as well. And
Des is quite charismatic, isn't he? He's got quite a lot of charisma when he comes up. He's like, hi, I'm Des, and suddenly he seems really interested in you and your setup, and he's asking you questions. And sometimes you can get conversations with people, higher up in football, when they're asking you questions, but they're looking around to see who else is about or whatever. But he's like just focusing on you and paying attention.
No, he's a fantastic fella. He spent a bit of time in Dunedin as well. He's come down for a couple of visits. Last time he took sessions with all the academy team and even the first team. As I said, for someone in his position, like that's how unique New Zealand is.
Yeah.
Like never in a million years would that happen anywhere else in Europe, I don't think.
Yeah. No, probably not. No.
Like if I kind of relate it to Ireland, like that never.
Yeah.
Like never a chance that stuff would happen. Like you get a 20s national team coach and 23s to come down and not only spend time with you, but to actually deliver sessions and let you watch and learn from them, and then take the time to deliver a first team session that we were lucky enough to take part in, which was fantastic. So shout out to Des.
Yeah, fantastic. And so preparations, and you just mentioned it there. You know, obviously, when was that trip that Des had? Well, that was early in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Around middle of the winter more.
Yeah, and I was coaching the university side then, and I was looking across at the session,
right, yeah.
and it was happening. I mean, you've been preparing for NAG way back then as well, and before then. So
yeah, well, it's kind of what we planned for the whole year.
Yeah.
So right from the start, the end goal is national age group. A little bit different for the 13s academy team because there's no tournament at 13s, but for 14s, 15s, and 16s, everything works towards that.
Yeah.
Again, this year, I'll give Chief a shout out, Conor O'Keefe, who's organised friendlies and camps and stuff like that. Has just been complete new level. You know, you get to play games against tough opposition like Mainland and stuff like that, and you know, Christchurch tours and stuff to make sure the boys are as ready as possible. And Chief puts hours and hours and hours of work into that. So
well, I said to you, lads. I mean, were you not training until 8:15 this morning?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, but. Basically, what I'm saying is the admin side of it.
The admin side is
that's Chief's forte.
Don't get me talking about admin stuff.
Yeah. Move on, sure, you're getting a lump from Holly.
just a second. It's gone. Yeah.
Well, really looking forward to the tournament. Yeah, it's always a fantastic week. So.
Yeah.
And then we play Team Wellington away on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Which works out a lot better because last year had to leave early and it was a bit messy and that.
Yeah.
So.
And the year before as well, there was that game, the 0-0 with the 10
the year before, the first year that we took the teams to national age group, we actually played Team Wellington the last day.
Close,
so
around.
Yeah, ended up getting a 0-0 draw with
fantastic.
10 men. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at that point now where we've talked about NAG, which is a great tournament, and look. Really encourage anybody who's got talented kids to try and get them involved in the Southern United Academy, because that's the pathway through to the NAG stuff. So Leds and Chief and Lasty and Garth and all those lads are in charge of that kind of stuff. So get involved in the Southern United Academy out there. Cam, have you heard of the medium fire round?
Yeah, I have indeed.
Good. He's an avid listener, I heard.
Yeah.
Right, you ready, Cam? So again, don't take ages with them, but it doesn't have to be straight away, quick fire. Okay. Question 1: best player you've played with and against?
With, is this any team?
Any team.
Probably Elijah Just or Callum McKenzie.
Nice.
So I played with them at Olay, Western Suburbs, for a couple of years, and just unreal. Against, probably someone like Roy Krishna. So we played a pre-season game against him. Yeah, probably him.
Very good.
Even though he was
another nice guy, isn't he? He's another guy with lots of charisma and lots of time for people as well.
Yeah. Even though he wasn't directly against me.
If you had to pick between Elijah and Callum,
that's tough. Probably Callum.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'd probably go Elijah, just because, again, like similar to like you're saying, but when we played against Suburbs last year, like I was directly kind of against Elijah. Yeah. And you look at him before the game. Yeah. I'll never forget Tony Whitehead. Like we were looking around before the game, and the three midfielders had the average age of about 12. Yeah. We're like, we can go and do a job here. Yeah. Could not get near them, and him especially. He was different level.
He was, yeah.
Well, two fantastic players. Next question: best advice you've been given from a coach? Something that stands out with you?
Probably not to get too high or too low. So like, when things are going well, don't get an ego. Don't think everything's just gonna go that easy, sort of thing. And when it's bad, don't beat yourself up. Don't lose confidence or that sort of thing. Like, there's going to be ups and downs, like week on week, day on day. So yeah, just don't get too high, don't get too low.
Very good. We spoke about that a lot, haven't we?
That's good, yeah.
Try and have that balance.
Yeah.
Right, next question. If you could sign one player, past or present, for Southern United, who would it be? So take Messi and Ronaldo out. Any player in the world, past or present?
Gerrard.
Gerrard, fantastic answer. Well, we actually have our own Gerrard, so I don't know why. There's no real need for two, but
would Gerrard get in the team at the moment?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that's a good question. Great answer. Right, question 4. 2 options. So, 2 scenarios. Right, you get one all-whites call-up this season and finish 5th with Southern United, or win the league with Southern United and no all-whites call-up.
That's tough. Nah, definitely win the league.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
You can see it for,
that's fine. Cool.
For the YouTube version, you can just see how much he's lying in his face.
I think win the league.
Yeah?
I think that would be... Because, like, I
if you
feel
win
like...
the league, you can use that to build on your career.
I feel like the team comes first, so...
Yeah, nice. Yeah. If you win the league, you'll get an all-whites call-up anyway, so... brilliant. Last question. If you didn't play football, what sport would you play?
I played a few growing up, just like any sort of kid. Well,
I know it's not rugby.
Definitely not basketball. Definitely not rugby. I played cricket, to be fair, but I didn't really enjoy it. That's tough.
Sorry about this.
I don't know.
No idea. So you, like, New Zealand is the country that you play every sport.
Yeah.
Like. So
nothing really.
Nothing compared to football.
Nah, yeah. I don't think. Like, I would definitely, obviously, do some sport. Maybe some like athletic sort of thing, like running.
Yeah, good answer. Because you're absolutely rapid.
Just like through school and stuff, did athletics and stuff. But yeah, probably that.
Yeah, that's a good shout. To be fair, just on that athletics, Stu, I just wanted to let you know that it's official that I am the 5th quickest in Southern United team.
The 5th quickest in Southern United team.
Which is...
Is there a big drop off between 4th and 5th?
No, there's not. Okay. There's not. So, like, the GPS stuff tracks the highest speed you've reached.
Yeah.
Entire, like, since start to finish of the season at the moment.
Yeah.
And Stevie wanted us to do, like, to retest kind of a 40-metre sprint last Thursday. He's like, I'm going to put you in groups from your speed. Right? So you've got Cam MacKenzie, who's rapid.
Yeah.
Joel Stevens.
Yeah.
Who else was with us?
Tim
O'Farrell. And the 4th name was Leds.
Right.
So I was in the top group. Now, it didn't really work out too well because I was 20 yards behind him in the sprints. But I made the top group at 28 years of age, and it's my highlight of my career so far. Yeah. Just thought I'd add that in there. I know you worry about me.
Well, yeah, I do worry about you, Legs. But not... Yeah, you can handle yourself. I know you've got a bit of wheels when you need to. It's when you need to.
When you need to, exactly.
Wait, so who were the 4 names above you? Joel, Cam,
Tim, and I think Cromie.
Yeah, Cromie. Yeah.
And then the rest, like, who cares about the rest, to be honest? Like,
So I was just looking at my phone. I'm sorry, Cam, when you were talking there a second ago, because I also thought that it may be time at the end of the year maybe to turn medium fire around a little bit onto Leds, and I'll ask you now a few medium fire questions, Leds, if you don't mind.
Didn't even give me.
So sorry about that. I was just giving it out of my pocket to get this ready. Okay, so medium fire round now for Leds.
Let's do it.
Who's the longest in the shower?
You know what? Like, one of the biggest things that upsets me most this season is that the showers this is going to sound weird, the showers in Logan Park, they have cubicles.
Yeah.
So, you can't have the chats and the banter in the showers.
Yeah.
Longest in the shower, I'll say Liam Little. He's just slow at everything, if you get me.
Best sense of humour?
Best sense of humour. I'll go with Garv's, yeah. Unless he's a bit... Sometimes he can get moody and you just need to stay away from him. Yeah. But it's quite rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time he's always messing around and joking around.
Okay, let's you're a humble guy. You don't really like to brag, but just how good are you at guitar?
I'd say a 4.5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could play guitar in a boy band essentially.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn the speakers off, and I'd be quite confident. Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever written your own songs?
No, I haven't. Absolutely not. No. The only thing I've ever written myself was a poem for my mum and dad's anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No songs. No
Okay.
songs.
Cool. Your favourite non-Southern United National League player?
Good question, that. The one that sticks out is Albert Riera, who's played for the last couple of years for Auckland City. Again, just they are, because of the position I play, they're my favourite type of players. You know, receive the ball under pressure and always find a way out. So he would definitely be up there. Last season, I'd probably go with, to be honest, Elijah Just.
Yeah.
I thought he was exceptional. Again, ball on a string, like just glides around the pitch, looks effortless.
And just turns up in unexpected places.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that was the freedom of suburbs last year. It was literally like, go what you want, but just work your way out of it, and they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say them too.
Yeah. And your best bit of advice?
Best bit of advice that I've received, or
that you would give?
That I would give.
No, just do both. That you've ever received.
Best bit of advice I've ever received.
Surely it's Renee Bacon's shoot.
Yeah, well, that'd be up there. I need to actually do that more.
Especially on the right foot.
Best bit of advice I've ever received. It's actually such a difficult question. I feel bad now for asking everyone. Turning this into slow for us, Joe.
Yeah. Tick, tick, tick.
There's been so many, like, you know. that's why I can't decide. There's been so many. But I would say, I was trying to make that, like, you know, come up with something in my head, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I still have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Can we come back to it next week?
We can
I'll
come
have
back
a
to it
good
next
think
week.
of
We've
it.
got time. Yeah.
I'll give you my top 3 next week.
That's cool, because we have actually kind of run out of time. So all I've got to say now really is make sure that you do come down to Logan Park for 7 p.m. kickoff against Hawke's Bay United. Should be a great game. Hopefully the lads can go on, get another 3 points, and keep climbing up that table. And I won't be grumpy this time next week.
Had to drop it in.
Yeah. I'm Stuart Moffat. We've had Cam MacKenzie in here. We've got Leds. We've got Holes. Sansuchi.